Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to The Prestige. Today we're breaking down UFC 324 flyweight fight, Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson in a three-round bout. If you are new to the UFC, this is a classic wrestler striker versus power puncher matchup, and we'll keep it simple for beginners while including stats and the details that experts love. Let's break it down section by section. And first, the fight style interaction map. How these two styles play up against each other. Alex Perez's primary style is a high volume, technical wrestler striker. He has excellent chain wrestling and top control. His secondary is opportunistic scrambler with a strong submission threat. Charles Johnson's primary is explosive power striker. He uses forward pressure and knockout ability. His secondary is opportunistic counterpuncher with improving clinch game. The preferred phases each one wants to fight in as Perez wants a mid-range volume striking mixed with frequent level changes and takedowns, top control for ground and pound or submissions, and Johnson wants a close-range firefight with heavy hands, body shots, and forward pressure to overwhelm his opponent. In phases they want to avoid, Perez wants to avoid pure stand-up brawls at maximum range where Johnson's power and his 5-inch reach advantage can land clean. And Johnson wants to avoid prolonged grappling exchanges or sustained top pressure where Perez's control time and submission threat dominate. And how and when their styles will collide, the fight will live in range management and transitional battles. Perez wants to mix volume striking with takedowns, force clinch exchanges, and take the fight to the mat. And Johnson wants to keep it standing at a close range, land heavy power shots, and avoid being taken down. Early success in takedown entries versus stuffing attempts decides whether this becomes a grind and control win for Perez or a highlight reel knockout for Johnson. And now we got the win funnel, the clear path each fighter needs to follow to win. Alex Perez's, he uses the jab and the teep and feints to set up level changes early. He chains takedowns, secures top position, and mixes ground and pound with submissions. And then he wears down his opponent for late knockout or capitalizes on a scramble or submission. And Charles Johnson's funnel is he establishes forward pressure early with heavy hands and body shots. He sustains close range exchanges, punishes takedown attempts, and lands clean power shots. He probably lands a clean knockout or capitalizes on a counter for a technical knockout. And here are the strengths that each fighter brings specifically to this matchup. Alex Perez, he brings elite wrestling and control time, which allow him to dictate the fight on the ground. He has high volume striking and scrambling ability to overwhelm opponents who can't defend takedowns. And he has veteran experience with strong late round surge potential. And Charles Johnson, he has explosive power and a 5-inch reach advantage that will allow him to land devastating shots at range or in close. He has strong takedown defense and forward pressure to punish wrestlers who shoot recklessly. And he has youth and recent momentum that'll give him the superior burst and confidence and stand-up. And on the flip side, the weaknesses that can get targeted by their opponent. Alex Perez, he has shorter reach, which makes closing distance costly against longer power strikers. He has lower finishing power, which means he must rely on control time and volume. And he has occasional grappling defensive holes when pressured in the stand-up. And Charles Johnson has a lower grappling offense and control time, which make him vulnerable once he's taken down. He has a tendency to absorb volume when he's backed up or in prolonged grappling, and he's less experienced against elite chain wrestlers that can lead a mistake under sustained pressure. Now, the hidden detail that the numbers reveal for this fight is that Perez's late round grappling dominance. He averages higher takedowns and control time in rounds 3, especially in decisions where opponents gas from his relentless pressure and chain wrestling. Johnson has strong takedown defense, but also absorbs significant volume when he's pressured. And why it's missed is because of the focus on Johnson's power. And if Perez survives early and secures even one takedown, his top control and submission threat become nearly impossible to overcome in a 3-round fight. If Perez survives early, Perez might win. Now, our 100,000 Monte Carlo simulations based on the real stats, Perez starts with a grappling edge adjusted for Johnson's power and reach advantage. 3-round format favors early knockouts, but also allows grinding, Finishes by the data are Perez is heavy on submissions and decisions, and Johnson's heavy on knockouts. Volatility is very high. Johnson's power creates massive knockout upside, but Perez's grappling paths dominate long term. Alex Perez surprisingly has a 62% win rate, with 10% by knockout, 20% by submission, and 32% chance to win by decision. And Johnson has a 28% chance to win by knockout, 4 by submission, and only a 6% chance to win by decision. And the most common window for this fight is round 3 or decision, and the outcome volatility is very high. And in the end of this fight, Alex Perez's elite wrestling, high volume striking, and top control let him mix takedowns, secure dominant positions, and grind out a clear decision victory or a late finish by outworking Johnson. His win funnel prevails through sustained pressure and ground dominance, amplified by the hidden detail of his late round grappling surge. If this fight does flip, it's because Johnson maintains range, stuffs takedowns consistently, and lands a clean power shot for a knockout. If this fight flips, it's because Johnson maintains range, stuffs takedowns consistently, and lands a clean power shot for a knockout. His reach, explosive power, and forward pressure make him very live with a highlight reel upside. What do you think? Perez decision or Johnson by knockout? Drop your predictions below. I read every one of them. And smash that like button if that breakdown helped you out. Subscribe for more fight deep dives. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the full fight card series. And thanks for watching, and let's see who comes out on top.